Welcome to Janus Corporation's Compressors and Compressed Air plus Compressed Gas and Cylinders training. Let's talk about compressors and compressed air first. Air compressors pull air from the environment in which the compressor is placed. In order to ensure air hoses do not clog and the equipment continues to function properly, we need to ensure the compressor air intakes are installed and equipped with filters to ensure that only clean, uncontaminated air enters the compressor. To do this, we need to ensure that air filters are installed on the compressor intake, regardless of the environment from which the air is pulled into the compressor. This is especially important if we are using air compressors to deliver fresh breathing air to respirators being worn by our workers inside containment, supplied air respirators, for example. The air compressor Janus crews use on project sites most often is an airless sprayer. Safe use and maintenance of compressors includes compressors must be operated and lubricated in accordance with the manufacturer's recommendations. All safety valve pressure gauges, covers over moving parts, temperature gauges, etc. on compressed air systems must be frequently checked. The belt drive system must be totally enclosed to provide protection for the front, back, top, and sides. And before any repair work is done on the pressure system of a compressor, the system must be unplugged or locked out, and pressure must be bled off, like this. Air compressor uses that are not allowed. It's prohibited to use compressed air to clean up or remove combustible dust if such actions could cause the dust to be suspended in the air and cause a fire or explosion hazard. Janus employees are prohibited from using compressed air for cleaning off of clothing. Janus employees are prohibited from using compressed air for surface or other cleaning purposes, and it is strictly prohibited to direct compressed air towards a person. When compressed air is used to inflate auto tires, there should be a clip-on chuck and an inline regulator present that allows no more than 40 pounds per square inch of pressure. Truck tires may have different requirements. You want to check the proper tire pressure listed on the side of the tire for each individual tire you inflate. Let's move on to compressed gas and compressed gas cylinders. Cylinders must be legibly marked to clearly identify the gas contained in each cylinder. Compressed gas cylinders must be stored in areas that are protected from external heat sources such as flame, intense radiant heat, electrical arcs, or high temperature lines. Cylinders must be located while in use or stored in areas where unauthorized personnel will not damage them when passing, falling objects cannot hit them, and where they are not subject to tampering. Cylinders must be stored or transported in a manner to prevent them from creating a hazard by tipping, falling, or rolling. Really? What's the big deal with the cylinder falling over? Cylinders containing liquefied fuel gas or other explosive gases must be stored and transported with the safety release valve above at the high point of the cylinder. Do not lay cylinders flat, as this can prevent the safety release valve from functioning properly. Cylinders strapped to the cart and strapped to a wall. These are good. Cylinders laid on the side is not good for flammable or explosive gas cylinders, as it can negate the effect of the emergency pressure relief valve. Don't do that. A couple more things to think about with gas cylinders. Valve protectors must always be placed on cylinders when the cylinders are not in use or connected for use. All valves must be closed off before a cylinder is moved, when the cylinder is empty, and at the completion of each job. Remember, some cylinder tanks, like propane, are reverse threaded. Be sure you know which way is open and which way is off. Lastly, for gas cylinders, low pressure fuel gas cylinders must be checked periodically for corrosion, general distortion, cracks, or any other defect that might indicate a weakness or render it unfit for use. Periodic check of low-pressure fuel gas cylinders must include a close inspection of the cylinder's bottom. Damage caused by a cylinder that exploded due to a corroded bottom. It's a door that was blown off of a building. That's the area where the cylinder was. That's a little wider shot of where the cylinder was. That's a significant amount of damage done by a single low-pressure fuel gas cylinder that corroded out and blew up. Things to remember about compressors. Never operate a compressor if any of the protective guards on the mechanical systems are missing. Never point compressed air at another person. It is not legal to clean up asbestos or lead with compressed air. Things to remember about gas cylinders: periodically check the cylinder, including the bottom, for abnormal shape or corrosion. When moving or storing cylinders, they must be securely strapped to the cart or the wall. Valve protectors must be in place when cylinders are not in use. Thank you for taking today's training on compressors and compressed air, plus compressed gas and cylinders. This training was produced by Michael C. Sharp, Senior Safety Officer for Janus Corporation. If you have any questions or would like further information, please do not hesitate to contact me at mikes@januscorp.com or 209-993-6123. Please proceed to the quiz.